Hi, back to the series from the World Ayurveda Congress. So, we had talked about the different stochastic models, and today I'm talking about the cyclic factors and how they add up to becoming a non cyclic factor. Among the cyclic factors, we will talk about seasons and the daily rhythms. Now, if you look at them, the way the thing is built up in terms of age, 121 years, it comprises of one a year, and a year comprises of a day. Since it is a cycle, the transition has to go back to the starting point. In case of a day, it is by virtue of the fact that uh, the transition is cuff to cuff pit, and then pit vat, and then vat, and then from vat to vat cuff. Same is the transition across seasons. Now, these are six as far as the two are concerned. And these six phases, if I look in terms of the day, in terms of 24 hours, make for 4 hours a day and across 2 months. Till the person is not changing his geography, the thing is that this cycle will keep repeating. And since a year is a little more than 365 days, that extra is what shifts that cycle linearly across towards 121 years. But within, so now the cycle acquires a spring like shape, and this minor deviation across the days in a year is what lets this cycle work in a unidirectional pattern. Also, if we were to plot this on a say graphical scale, it has to come across as a sine wave and a uniform sine wave. This extra period always peeps into the next day, and that bit of elongation of the curve coming back to zero is where aging occurs. Now, this in terms of the stochastic models reflects onto non cyclic factors like geography, like vegetation, and impacts of those non cyclic factors lead to the deviation being longer or shorter. The deviation being longer or shorter signifies the point that we can slow down the aging, or the process of aging can be extended. All this shows an unsettled behavior. The unsettled behavior is what makes for the thermodynamic system as this is, when we correlate it very closely with quantum mechanics or quantum physics, points to the point that within this thermodynamic system where there is no energy created, there is no energy uh, lost or gained as such in the whole system, part of the energy is shifting from one to the other form within passive, active, and latent energy forms. The deviation or the the change is what is called as entropy of the system. The entropy of the system can be minimized or can be exaggerated. The more exaggerated or increased the entropy, aging will be faster, and the lesser the entropy, the system is more stable and aging will be slower. This understanding is how the Panch Mahabhut work, and among the Panch Mahabhut, it is the Samir, the Jal, and the Prithvi components, that is the air, water, and the earthy components. They keep changing, or in terms of modern states of matter, it is the solid, liquid, and gas that keep changing their states. This change of states within the different systems of the body signifies the systemic aging. The rate of change of metabolic rate for each of the systems individually is different, and the entropy of each of the physiological systems is different. This means that the cumulative impact of aging somewhere in some system could be less, and somewhere in some system could be more. These together have to be considered while we discuss any of the things about mathematical modeling around understanding physiological processes in the light of Ayurvedic principles. So, cyclic processes have a tendency, because of an extended period of day accumulated across a whole year, that will reflect as entropy, will cause derangements or deviations of the basal metabolic rate. These are very, very slow changes, and that is why these slow changes are not really measured or talked about in most contexts, unless we are discussing aging or biological processes in the same light, in the same purview. For different animals, since the lifespans are different, therefore the same model mathematically can reflect upon their aging and their processes across a period in a different fashion all the while. Thank you.